Whoa, there we go. Haha. Hi, everybody. My name is Sam, and, kind of don't know what to call this show, but, we're just, gonna wing it. Anyways, I'm here to talk about Gamescom. Kind of, well, more just some highlights from Gamescom, kind of what's been happening, what got announced, what are the big things that got announced, and, anyways, I'm gonna do this all while playing FTL. And you're going to see me play FTL. Hello, there I am. Haha. I'm going to play some FTL. Yeah, and I'm going to try and talk and play a game at the same time. That's not going to be a stretch or anything. Oop. Close you. You come over here. Anyway, so I guess well, the two big things would obviously be the Sony and Microsoft press conferences, though Microsoft's can not really a press conference, or they had some sort of low-key thing going on. And yeah, they basically the big thing from Microsoft is that they announced their launch lineup. Basically it's like 20, they're both releasing with like 20 games or something. Let's see if I can just bring that up here. Where is it? Okay, so Xbox, oh, it paused. Yeah, so Xbox is coming out with Crimson Dragon, Call of Duty, Battlefield. Well, like, Crimson Dragon is the Panzer Dragoon game, or Panzer Dragoon-like game, Dead Rising 3, and I'm just talking about the exclusives. Moza Motorsport 5, Killer Instinct, Loco Cycle, Peggle 2, Rise, Son of Rome, and Zoo Tycoon and Zumba Fitness World Party. Those are the exclusives for Microsoft. I will not accept your surrender. Now, I'm not super excited by this release. Like, the most exciting one, I believe, is Crimson Dragon, because, Panzer Dragoon is a fantastic game, and it's the same guys, and it looks like it's a spiritual successor. Two of those games on that list horribly offend me. Now, just in case you're wondering, yes, I'm kind of biased towards Sony, because I was one of the many people that did not like what Microsoft was doing with their policies and everything. So yeah, there is some prejudice on my side. I am not going to make an attempt to hide it, because there's no point. I'm going to sound pretty prejudiced. I'm going to try and be objective on what I'm saying. I'm going to try. I don't know if it's going to... No, this has always been bad for me, the giant aliens thing. Anyways, so Rise, Son of Rome. I'm going to start with this one here. The fact that QTEs basically don't matter in a game that seems to be focused on QTEs really upsets me. The game looks okay. I kind of like the look of the game. It looks really nice. But god damn, man, you don't even have to press the right buttons to do the QTEs properly, and that's just, like, what are you doing? Just, what are you doing? It's like, what's the point of playing a game? It's like, you missed totally what God of War tried to do. Yeah. That's probably the second most egregious one, because I can... it's just people are out $60 with that one, I guess. The other one is Killer Instinct. Now, I'm a guy who used to like Killer Instinct. And I say used to because I really don't like the freemium way they're doing things with that game. Now, I'm not against free-to-play. Two of my favorite games one of my favorite games right now, sorry. Dota has one of the best free-to-play models ever, and it's probably one of the best ways to do free-to-play. awesome game. Just a totally amazing game. The way Killer Instinct is doing it is... Well, let me put it this way, you can judge it for yourselves. You can pay $20, get every character in the game, and just get the game as a full thing. Or you could just, download the game free to play and have the one character. So I guess if I just want to try it, it's kind of like a glorified, yeah, it's basically like a glorified demo, or a very bare bones demo, I guess is what you can call it. Or if you like the game but you only like certain characters, you can pay $20 per character. This is the part that really offends me with this game, because if I buy even 2 characters, or I guess 4, I guess is what I'm talking about here. If I buy even 4 characters, I've already spent as much as the $20 that I could have spent just getting the whole game. And there is already 7 characters confirmed for this game. So I can spend $20 on 4 characters, or I can just spend $20 to get the whole game. Does anyone else see an issue with this? Am I crazy here? I don't know. Tell me in the comments if I'm crazy. Because that's, to me, is... And I'm about to die because I can't concentrate. I'm just going to let myself die. Oh, no. Oh, wow. He says 2 missiles, Jesus. I'm gonna die soon. Anyways. Okay, so you can just come and help fix things. Anyways, sorry, talking and playing a game at the same time is really tough. Yeah, it is, it is such a bad way to do free-to-play games, especially when a fighting game, the core of a fighting game is the characters it has, and I'm dead. Here we go, the final shot, there we go, explosion. This is easily my worst playthrough of this game. Yeah, that's all I really have to say about Killer Instinct. Just the hell, man. I'm gonna choose a new thing. Let's go on to better things. I mean, at least, it's still getting the core lineup of third-party games, Watch Dogs, Call of Duty. Yeah, Watch Dogs, Call of Duty, all the sports games, it's the market they want, and, making an obvious push for that type of gamer, whatever. So yeah, not too much on the Microsoft side. They've definitely been gaining momentum. They did outline, I should actually mention this, they did outline their policy on indies, how they're going to be doing their indie thing, which, seems pretty cool. So like I said, it was pretty low-key. They didn't really say as much as what Sony did, because Sony had a full, hour and a half big event press conference. And I'm going to start talking about that right now. So, first things first, even though it was kind of said last, their release date is November 15th. Yay! So anyone who hasn't pre-ordered yet is not going to get it on that date because of how much that game's been pre-ordered. Now, the Xbox is the same thing, but, still. Yeah, pretty awesome. We got a release date. But even more awesome are all the new... That's probably the only real awesome thing, other than, say, new trailers for the PS4 that we were really told about. What's even more awesome would be... Hold on a sec. Let's just get into a fight. Let me just bring this up in a minute. Okay. So even more awesome is that, obviously Sony released their update list, which we'll get to in a minute. Which, by the way, they're only... they don't have a much more impressive day one release list of games. It's essentially they have all the third-party games as well, but all they have is Killzone, Drive Club, and Knack as exclusives. They do have some downloadable stuff, I believe, that's also exclusive, but I mean, those are all ports. These are the three big exclusives, which are Drive Club, Knack, and Killzone Shadowfall. Only one of which is a game I'm really interested in, and it's Knack, in case you're wondering. I am that guy who likes Knack. What else? Sorry, let me see if I can find it here. Okay, so they have recently announced a lot of, like a huge indie push. So they are getting a lot of really cool indie games for not just it, but also the Vita. So, like, the big game for me is Rogue Legacy, because Rogue Legacy is quite possibly one of the most amazing games I've played this year. It's a very Dark Souls-like game. Oh, dear God. Sorry, this FDL breaks me. But anyways, and they're getting a lot more, like Starbound is going to come out for it, which is a game not even on Steam just yet. It's trying to get to Steam. N++, the sequel to N+. Hotline Miami 2, Wrong Number, Guns of Icarus, Final Horizon, Fez, Binding of Isaac Rebirth, Switch Galaxy. Yeah, they're getting a lot of indie games. Now, these are not just indie games for the PS4, but they're indie games for the Vita, and they really hammered home how they are trying to make the Vita relevant, and they are succeeding. So, the Gamescom press conference was more or less, hey, dudes, Vita's awesome. I guess, if I could even really explain it. Oh, God, I hate fire. And yeah, they totally made that game relevant. Everything's like cross-play on it. So they essentially took the Wii U, the main gimmick of the Wii U, and turned it into a footnote for the PlayStation. Because they're like, yeah, we got that too. Whatever. And yeah, just really impressed with what they're doing. Yeah, that's pretty much it for, I'm probably gonna die again. Goddamn game. Yes, I mean, huge indie push. I mean, come on, Rogue Legacy, that's an amazing game. What else got announced? They are bringing a new Amiga game. They're remaking an Amiga game for it, for the PS4, which was, Shadow of the Beast. Old Amiga game, old Commodore Amiga game. I've said that like 3 times. It's like a 30-year-old game they're remaking, and it looks kind of interesting. It looks like that is an Amiga game. The Vita's also getting a price cut, as well as their really overpriced memory cards are getting a price cut. Yeah, the Killer Instinct thing, each character is going to be $5. Oh, Sony's upgrade program, that was the other thing. Where am I? Of course. There we go, finally. Okay, I can relax a little bit now. But yeah, anyway, so their trade-in program is that if you buy, like, say, Watch Dogs for the PS3, and you decide that you want the PS4 version when the PS4 comes out on November, or whenever you decide to get a PS4, they will give you the digital version of the game at a significantly reduced price. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's 50%. I don't know if that's 75%. I don't know if that's 80%. Doubt that last one. But, I mean, that's still pretty good. It shows that they have a plan. It's like, yeah, we get it. You don't want to buy the game twice. We can't really give it to you for free, but we can do this. Seems pretty good. It's just there. Yeah, just all in all, pretty amazing. In terms of, you know, the Sony's press conference, like the upbeat attitudes, the way they showed the cross-play with Assassin's Creed, you know, like I said, there's not too much to really say. It was more about the Vita, if anything. I mean, there's some pretty cool exclusive games, like Murasaki Baby looks awesome. They announced a new indie title for the PS4 exclusive called Rhyme, which, you know, if anyone who's like an Ico fan or, you know, likes those types of games like I do, that's pretty exciting. Dear God. Dear... Oh my God. This game! Anyways, yeah. Oh my God, it's so hard to talk and play this game. Yeah, I mean, a lot of great indie games coming for both those systems, and they're all going to have crossplay. And that upgrade system sounds pretty good. I do want to talk about one thing, though, and like I said, this is kind of where my prejudice comes into it. Microsoft recently talked about how they have one of the strongest launch lineups ever, I think is what they said. What I'm gonna have to pause this again. What did they say? Best in console history is the official word they used. And guys, I'm not impressed with your launch lineup. It's not that good. I don't know, you're talking out your ass right now. Like, you have... No one's excited about Kinect games. Dead Rising 3 is looking better because you can actually do, like, really awesome, cool stuff with that game. Like, I think they actually said you could put a forklift and a truck together or something. Something really stupidly awesome. You know, I mean, Dead Rising 3 is looking better. I've already made my opinions very clear on Killer Instinct and Rise. And my opinions on the Kinect. Don't like them. Don't want to go near them. But anyways, that's beside the point. There's also a couple more things that got announced. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, right. How could I forget? The new expansion for Diablo 3 got announced. God, what is it called? It's like super dark. It's like a really dark theme. I'm gonna go to the Mantis-controlled sector, but while that's happening, what is it called? Blah blah blah. Why can I not find what it's called? Yeah, Diablo 3 gets its first expansion pack. Soul Reaper of the Soul. So there's a trailer about this. It's up right now, and essentially one of the 7 archangels that were a good guy in the first part of the game is now bad. He's essentially become the Grim Reaper, or Angel of Death. He was initially the Angel of Wisdom from what I looked up on the game. And he's, I guess, if you read the story on that dude, he's essentially like all depressed. He's all like depressed about like the world and everything. It's not super cool, but I don't know, he kind of comes across as like a really emo type of guy when you read about what he's become. Though the trailer looks pretty awesome. I will give it up to the trailer. Sell the small bomb. Can I buy anything? Can I buy anything? There we go. Yeah, I mean, it looks really interesting. They're adding a new Crusader class. I think this was in part because there's a lot of criticism against it for not having something close to that Paladin. And yeah, that's about it. They're also redoing the Paragon system. Something like that. I don't know. Let me just look it up because I cannot seem to remember it. It's called Reaper Souls. They're gonna refresh. They're hoping it's gonna refresh the economy. The level cap. I can't talk. Is gonna be increased to 70. The Crusaders are actually descended from the Paladins. It's gonna be more about like fallen angels because like newly fallen angels have now arisen, like the one you fight in Diablo 3. Spoiler alert, though that was a little late. It looks interesting. I don't know. I'm gonna play it because I actually like Diablo 3. I never really played I didn't play Diablo 2, so I don't have that looming over my head. Holy crap. Yeah, I mean, seems interesting. Kind of definitely very interested in what that game has to show and what the expansion has to do. Blizzard's they're pretty good with expansions. And finally, the last thing that I really kind of want to talk about is the new XCOM expansion. This is kind of what I was leading towards too, because I really want to talk about it. It's pretty great. Essentially, they're adding... It's called Enemy Within, XCOM Enemy Within, so I'm guessing it's going to talk about, like, traitors in your legion. They're adding a new weapon, the flamethrower. They're adding a new combat class, which I'm going to look up right after I get out of the solar flare. Oh my god, that was... And right into a pirate. Oh, Jesus. You know what, let me just pause that one more time. Okay, Enemy Within. It's going to introduce a new trooper class called MEC, short for Mechanized Exoskeleton Cyber Suit. It's going to have weapons like a flamethrower and a grenade launcher. There's going to be a new offline squad editing mode that will be introduced in Enemy Within. And they're going to be adding different voice accents for all the different nations, because in that game, it's probably one of its smaller but more significant problems is that everyone sounds like an American. You could be from Nigeria in that game and sound like an American. It all sounds amazing. It's going to be $30 on PC, $40 for consoles. Though the $40 version is going to come with the other two DLC that they released for that game. I am really excited to get back into XCOM. Oh, they're also going to have a new genetics lab, so you're going to have augmentations for the characters' chests, brains, eyes, skin, and legs. I am super excited about it. It sounds amazing. Yeah, just pretty awesome. Sorry if I'm not talking or if I'm pausing. Just playing this game while trying to talk is pretty hard, though we are coming close to the end because it's kind of all I really wanted to mention. Like, I guess final thoughts. I mean, Microsoft, you're doing better than where you started with this, but you have really put yourself into a no-win scenario with, like, everything you're doing. It like, doesn't matter what you try to do anymore. It seems everyone's just gonna be out against you, and you guys did it to yourselves. I mean, what more do you want me to say? Like, PlayStation has... I mean, they even came out and said, like, hey, we have been fully consistent in our message, unlike some other publishers. And they're totally right. They're completely and utterly right. Because they didn't have to change anything, and God, what are you doing, Microsoft? I like the 360. I do really, really like... I have a 360. I have a... I'm looking at it right now. I have a Gears of War 360. Come on, guys. Come on. I'm gonna sell this thing. I'm also gonna sell the jammer. Come on, guys. I don't really know what to say about their, like, what they're doing with their marketing. It's really weird, it's really dumb, and they need to do better. Like, this is... I don't know. Like, they keep switching things, and I, like I said from the beginning of the show, I am going to be, like, a little bit prejudiced against them, but, I mean, it's kind of hard not to be. And, you know what, I do kind of want to buy, I will be honest with you, I do want to buy an Xbox One. There are games that I know are being announced for it. I'm super excited for Titanfall, though I will probably get that on the PC. Titanfall looks amazing, but it's going to be released in 2014. Yeah. I really don't have much more to say. Super excited about the new XCOM DLC. Super excited about, you know, well, not really super excited about the Diablo 3 thing, but, you know, it looks interesting. I want to play it. I certainly do want to play that game again. I like I said, I'm like that. I'm like the one guy who liked that game. Like, I'm that dude. And as I go to the next sector of the Nebula, Uncharted Nebula, I'm gonna have to bid you guys adieu to this whatever type of show I'm ever gonna call this thing. I have no idea. I don't know. Anyways, this has been Sam from Buzz Banter. Like and subscribe. Please follow us on the Twitters. Please watch our videos. I have a new show called The Buzzworthy. I have a few episodes out of that. Of that out. And yeah, just, you know, follow us. We're pretty cool people. We're nice people. We're really nice. Anyways.